In this episode, iced tea or iced coffee? This or that? And not to be confused with Would You Rather.
And on the flip side, I'll tell you a story about how the podcast almost ended after I had to use a pole saw. And we dive into the theory that SpongeBob had a thing for sandy cheeks. What? Mike, hit the music.
And welcome back to your third twice removed cousin's favorite podcast, the Funny Business Podcast. My name is Mike Gambita. Alongside with me is my best friend, my roommate for life, Mr. Matt Summers. Matt, how are you? How are things?
That just put my mind in a pretzel. What is a second removed cousin? What is that?
You know what, Matt? I just made it up.
Okay, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Good little brain tweet teaser for the start of the show. I'm doing well. Memorial Day has come and gone, which is crazy. And we're back into, as the release of this episode, it's time for the weekend again. So that's exciting.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep. How are you?
I am doing great at the start of this recording because last week, Matt, we talked about our death row meals and our drink. I am drinking my death row drink right now at King Julius.
Nice. Let's do a little review on the podcast. One sip. Everybody knows the rules.
10.
It's the quickest review in history.
I don't even need to take a sip. It's we are in it. So we're here. Matt, I thought I would take it easy on you today for our segment, but before we do that, Matt, at the end of last week's episode, I know we're doing a callback twice for the episode, we ended up giving our prediction for a cornhole tournament that we were participating in.
Yep.
I said top 5. And Matt, did you have a prediction or did you go along with me?
I don't remember what I said. I think I agreed with you. Top 5.
Top 5. Lo and behold, and luckily enough, we made it. We got 4th place.
Yeah, it was a great time seeing you. Obviously, I had low expectations going in, and it was a lot of fun. And we went on a heater.
We literally a heater, a bender, whatever you want to call it. Man, it ended up being that something happened with us. I think that's the best way to explain it.
Yeah, something was in the beer for sure. We played the first game really good. I think the first game's maybe the cleanest game of cornhole history.
Oh, Matt, we beat them like 15-0.
Yeah, no, we each threw the bags once. We're like,
we're done.
We're done. We won. Oh, this is crazy. Lost the second game. And we're like, all right, here we go.
Let me tell you, we lost the second game because I think we waited for like 45 minutes to an hour before our next game.
Yeah, they iced us big time.
We iced the shooter.
It's just like, in baseball when your starting pitcher is going good, and then it's like the bottom of the 4th inning, and that half inning takes like half an hour because your team scores like 6 runs. You're like, oh, this is really good. Except now the pitcher's arm is cold. He comes up and gives up 6 runs himself as a tie game. It's like, well, maybe that wasn't so good.
Yeah. But Matt, I commend you for your effort. I know you were totally set on me carrying the team, but there were times where you definitely put your side of the piece in. God, that sounded so bad.
Holy hell. Try that again.
You picked your own. What am I saying? You picked up your own weight and you carried it forward. So I appreciate it. No. I don't even
we both played well. We both shit the bed in the last game, so we made it to the championship game of the losers bracket. Which, if that doesn't sum up the Funny Business Podcast, I don't know what does.
Yeah. No, it was a valiant effort. So next year we're coming in hot, very hot. So speaking of hot, Matt, I know you have not done this for your half of the show in quite some time. You have played Would You Rather for a change, so that way I'm not totally copywriting you. We're going to play a very difficult game of this or that.
Copyright, because I came up with Would You Rather?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm not getting any copyright infringement for my own podcast.
No, thank you for the credit. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
You're allowed.
Yeah. So I think typically, Matt, you do themes that are along with it sometimes.
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes it's wacky, sometimes it's normal, sometimes it's themed, sometimes it's not. So this is a smorgasbord or a potpourri of all this or that questions. I'm hoping that in these, I took a look at them. I'm hoping that within these, there's a little conversation behind it because that's all about a podcast. And we will go from there. So Matthew, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. This or that, action movie or comedy movie?
That's tough. I prefer comedy. Most of my favorite movies are comedies. Elf, Anchorman, Talladega Nights. I'm just naming Will Ferrell movies, which is, he's a comedian, comedy actor. So there you go. Yeah, it's on a shirt. But action movies, it has to be a good action. Like, I can appreciate a bad comedy. I can't appreciate a bad action movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the action movie too, you are more focused on part of the story because part of the action is part of the story. Whereas like comedy movies, you could throw in a couple one-liners here and there and you're all set. You have a good movie.
Mm-hmm. But then you can have like a funny action movie like Guardians of the Galaxy.
You can. Close to 45,000 votes. 66% said they'd pick a comedy movie over an action movie.
Really? I feel like action movies are huge right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping for Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. It brings back the good old vibes of Marvel.
I hope so too. I don't have great hopes for it though. Now, I haven't seen a lot of the new Marvel stuff. April and I, we did for a while there. We were watching a lot of Marvel. We stopped at Endgame. I know a little bit more of the newer stuff, but I haven't been super impressed from what I've seen.
I had a good run at the start. I think Deadpool versus Deadpool and Wolverine kind of saved kind of the midpoint of the phase that we're currently in. Fantastic Four is supposed to look good. What else are we looking at here?
I also loved Fantastic Four as a kid.
Yeah. Oh, with like the original, like the FX one with like
Jessica Alba,
Chris Evans as
Chris
the Human
Evans.
Torch.
Yep. People forget.
Yep. People forget. Yeah. So it should be good. The Russo brothers are doing it. So we'll see what comes out of it. So, okay, Matt, next one. Italian food or Chinese food?
Damn.
Right.
So I feel like I'm going to say I eat Italian food more. Do I like Chinese more though? I don't know. I'm going to go Italian food. I think it plays more days of the week than Chinese food can. Like Chinese food really plays like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Italian, you can eat 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm. So out of 45,000 votes, we are in favor of 66% of people voted for Italian food over Chinese food.
What do you got?
I usually would do Italian food myself.
Mm-hmm.
Chinese food is good when you have it sparingly. I think Italian food is always good, no matter how many times you have it.
You chicken parm guy?
I deal with. I hang out with. Yeah.
Mike just short-circuited right there.
Had a calzone for the first time a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Review it. Scale 1 to 10.
Wegmans buffalo chicken calzone.
Oh, okay.
It's good. It's very doughy.
Yeah.
Which, not sure based on like a true calzone or not, if that is such. So
I'm a stromboli guy myself. I like a good stromboli, good Italian stromboli. Nothing better.
I think my parents have this very fond memory of us taking you out for dinner when we went to college and you ordered your own calzone and it was ginormous.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was like almost bigger than the table.
I think my dad got some respect out of you and you're like, damn, Matt.
What a callback.
Oh, man. Good times. All right. This might be an easy one. Iced tea or iced coffee?
Oh, iced coffee. 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Interestingly enough, out of the I'm assuming this is still 45,000, just about. 56% only preferred iced coffee over iced tea.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, iced tea is very good.
Matt, this is something I don't think we have done in a while, let alone with ourselves or with others. Snowball fight or water balloon fight?
Well, we have had one snowball fight that we experienced together, kind of, in a way.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of in a way.
We were in the castle more so than we were on the battlefield.
Yes, correct. I'm not a huge water balloon fight person. However, snowballs can hurt if you throw them in the wrong place.
Or pack the wrong snow.
Yellow snow, yes.
Or just Ice.
Just ice. Yeah, that too.
So you were picking a snowball fight.
Yes, I'm gonna go solo fight.
All right. Another close one with the 45,000 votes, 56%. Oh, we are in the minority with a water balloon fight over a snowball fight.
Like water, you just get so like soaking wet like immediately though. Like it doesn't feel like it's fun, but like it's immediately like when you get hit, you're like, this sucks.
There also is the opportunity for casualty by war, especially for a water balloon fight. Like some people don't volunteer to get wet, whereas like if you're in the middle of a snowball fight, you are already outside in the cold. And if the snowball doesn't get into your jacket or into your shirt, you're pretty scot-free being clean per se in the whole process.
Yeah. Now if it's like 100 degrees outside, yeah, let's have a water balloon fight for sure.
All right, Matt, this one is going to be a pretty huge debate. I don't know. Contentious based on our age right now. Night in or night out?
Oh, all right. So this goes back to last week when I said, could we survive a week in college? Or the listeners asked if we could survive a week in college. I am going to go night in.
Night in?
Yeah.
Tell me why.
So it's not free alcohol, but it's already paid for.
Correct.
It's not as loud that you can't hear people talk. That's always the worst. Then in my old age, like if there's background noise or like loud music, I automatically can't hear anyone. Good company. You don't have to worry about like strangers, weirdos out there.
Yep.
That's about it.
I like the night in because you can have, I think the quote free factor, I put that in heavy quotes, of how much you can drink and then how much you can eat. I think the only situation becomes the exploratory method of maybe you want to eat more, maybe you want to walk across the street and get a gyro. Like that's up for debate, but definitely a night in is very fun if you have all the supplies and materials needed to have a good night in.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah. So Matt, out of the 45,000 votes, 73% favored night in over night out.
Yeah, I feel like it's not as like, well, people still like to go out, but I saw a question the other day that like asked someone who is well in his 30s, I believe, did drinking become less fun when you turned 21? I mean, now for us, we didn't really drink much until we turned 21, because there's people that like try to go out like underage to bars and they do that, and that's like they're saying like the thrill of trying to get into a bar was more exciting than actually being in the bar.
I am no craft beer expert. I'm a hobbyist at most. I turned expert.
I hate that you just said that, but okay.
Like people ask because obviously they don't know IPAs and all this stuff, but I think it's pretty cool that for breweries, for instance, like you go to these different breweries and you're able to like try the different beer and you have a pint. Like I think that's the coolest thing about like drinking as you get older is if you get into craft beer, you have all these places. It's like, I like this place because of this. I like this place because of that. The beer that I'm drinking now, like you could only get it up in Massachusetts. So it is like gold.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite. Well, there are like distilleries and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, I like going to this bar because like they got Tito's. Like nobody says that.
Right. Now, like mixed drinks, I think that speaks for itself. Like there probably is a cocktail or two that is specific to the restaurant. All right, let's get girly. Sunflowers or orchids?
Sunflowers.
Okay.
Easy. They're awesome.
I would have gone with orchids.
Really?
Yeah. We gave my mom an orchid for her birthday last year, and it's been pretty cool to see how it's been growing. So you are sunflower, in the minority at 49%.
Wow. I did not see that coming.
That's okay. Okay. Sometimes what goes around comes around.
Sunflower seeds are awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of coming.
Chuckster, we're live.
Chuckster, we're live. All right. Mayonnaise or ketchup?
Oh, I hate ketchup and mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is kind of, I can't stand ketchup. It's disgusting. Like it's actually gross. It's not just like, if it would be like just tomatoes and like salt, yeah, that'd be fine, but it's nasty. Mayonnaise is growing on me. I used to hate mayonnaise as a kid, and now it does add a nice flavor to like a ham sandwich. Like the mayonnaise at Jersey Mike's is top tier.
I have to say the same thing. I thought mayonnaise was absolutely horrifying, and then I started putting it on sandwiches, and I started getting sandwiches with it, and it's been great.
Yeah, this is why we work. This is why we're best friends.
Although I will say in this scenario, I probably would have picked ketchup because I just love ketchup.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm one of like the rare people in the world that just doesn't like ketchup.
Well, Matt, this mayo is a hill to die on because only 33% said mayonnaise, 67% said ketchup.
Listen, that's fine. You can't just conform to what everybody tells you to do. You got to be your own person. You got to have your own thoughts.
This next one, big house or small house. So how they describe this, big house is like, do you know Joel Osteen, like the preacher?
I know of him. I don't know his house.
Do you ever see like his mansion?
Nope.
Okay,
I'll
he has
Google
it. Yeah, just type in Joel Osteen mansion. You can tell how gifts from God go directly to Joel Osteen. And then the small house, they kind of describe it. How's the best way I could describe it? I would say it'd be our townhouse. Like that's the townhouse back in the college days.
My God, this thing's massive.
Yeah, so that's what they're considering as a big house versus a small house.
I think this might be weird. I'm gonna go big house.
Okay.
A lot of like you would never have to leave your house. You could make like a movie theater. You can make a game room. Make like a sports bar. A gym.
Bowling alley.
Restaurant. I mean, you'd have to have people in, but yeah, you could just do like a mini golf course in the back. That'd be awesome. Driving range.
Yeah.
So many room for activities.
So much room. 65% big house.
What about you?
I would go big house, but I don't know. I kind of been liking the whole medium house thing because like big house, you have to take care of it.
Yeah, but let's be real. You got a house that big, you're not cleaning it. You can keep one room just for like junk. You just throw it in there. You don't open it. Out of sight, out of mind.
Storage.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. We will speed round these. Ancient Rome or ancient Egypt?
Rome.
76% voted for that. I would have picked Egypt.
Oh, okay.
I want to see the pyramids someday. Not safe to go right now, but I definitely want to see the pyramids someday.
Eventually.
Work out at home or work out at the gym?
At home. Easy.
Yep. 63% said to work out at home.
Smart.
Sweet or sour?
Sweet.
72%.
Unless you go to McDonald's, you got the sweet and sour.
I had Sour Patch Kids this past weekend.
So good.
Watermelon too.
Oh, the best. The watermelon's the best. Yeah.
Yep. Pineapple or mango?
So well, how are you asking it? Like the actual fruit or like the flavor?
So the pictures from Getty Images show cut up pineapple and cut up mango. Then
I'm going cut up pineapple. I have had cut up mango a few times. It's not as good. If I'm getting like a flavored something, I'll go mango over pineapple.
A lot of beer, a lot of IPAs are made with pineapple. We are apparently in the minority with 45% pineapple.
Listen, there's no better fruit than like a sweet, juicy pineapple. I had one leaving work today. We got some cut up fruit. I had a nice fat, like dark yellow. I was like, this is going to slap.
Oh, dude, I go ham on pineapple when I see it.
That's so good.
Oh, so good.
Yep.
All right. Would you rather, receive good news first or bad news first?
I would say bad news first.
Okay. Usually default to that too, which is at 70% of the majority.
Wow. I did not see that coming.
Monopoly or chess?
Monopoly.
Okay.
Yep.
79% Monopoly.
Great
People
game.
just imbeciles don't know how to play chess.
Correct. I'm one of them.
Spider-Man or Batman?
I prefer Spider-Man.
Me as well. 72%.
Yeah. He's awesome.
Do you sleep on the left side of the bed or sleep on the right side of the bed?
Left. Well, like I'm looking at the bed, left or right?
I interpreted it as you're looking at the bed, you're at the bottom of the bed, you're looking at the bed.
Yeah, so on the left.
On the left. I go right. Ooh, it'd be perfect for each other.
We already knew that. We did flip like a year ago. I was on the right, she was on the left, and then we just decided to flip. I don't know why.
52% said right side over left side.
Wow.
Bake a cake or buy a cake?
Buy.
I've baked a cake before. 53% bake a cake. So we're in the minority. 47% buy a cake.
See, the cake that I like, I can't bake.
Yeah. All right, last one. Friend zoned or ghosted?
That's a good one. That's a really good one. I think I would go friend zoned.
I think, not that it matters. I think it would be better if it'd be ghosted because then there'd be no chance for interpretation.
I just think ghosting is like the worst thing to do in the world.
It is.
Just send one text that's like, hey, it's not going to work. That's all I have to say.
But if you're ghosted, that means you're done and there's no chance of it coming back. Whereas if you're friend zoned, and the person's not sure about being friend zoned, then they may come back.
But you could always be like, accept, like, all right, I'm friend zoned, but like at least we're still friends. Like if you're ghosted, like that next week is just like, look at your phone. Is that a text from them? Is that a text from them? Is that a text from them? Like that was the worst.
Indeed it was. I don't have to worry about it. This one was a real stark contrast. 76% said they prefer to be friend zoned over ghosted.
Wow. Yeah. Which is funny because I think everyone, hand up, has probably ghosted someone at some point.
Yeah.
It's happened.
It happened.
Yeah.
It's all good. And that was this or that. Not to be confused with would you rather.
Nope. Two totally different things.
Totally different things.
You can't even compare them. It's this or that, or would you rather? Like there's no question.
I don't even get a fancy like title card to start the show. Like I speak it like it is.
You just keep it simple, stupid. All right, we are going to slide on in to the second half of the show with some down in the dumps. Mike, get ready. This is a doozy. I have.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to start with the easy one first. My short game in golf has gone in the shitter.
Oh, no.
Very bad. Like 3 years ago, I used to be a chipping machine. And my putting is still pretty good. I can't make a chip to save my life. April and I did 9 holes after she was done with work on Memorial Day and shot a 49. Was hoping for 47, 49, whatever. Like broke 50. That's what I can expect right now. But I was driving the ball great. I was striking the ball great. And I just, chipping has escaped me and it needs to get figured out quick.
Went to the driving range. We've been pretty consistent the last few weeks going to a driving range.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hitting grease missiles, man.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I'm always hitting them left instead of straight.
Yeah, that's tough. See, mine, I've kind of found my drive, which is scary to think. April was a driving machine. She last year was really her first year like playing golf. So I said, like, it's first time out. Like, don't be that upset. You haven't golfed since like September. But then I also said, you're full time at a golf course. You might just automatically be good now.
Yeah.
She's just automatically good now.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was close to out driving me on some of the holes. So crazy.
It's interesting because golf is somewhat of a sport that, like, if you're not paying attention, you can learn a lot just by watching somebody swing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Topgolf, for instance, like huge example of like seeing people how they swing.
Mm-hmm.
Totally like was winning when I went to Topgolf the last time. But that was because I was watching other people swing and I'm like, oh, I should be doing this more because I can't do that. Like,
shout out Pete and Paul, you know who you are. Golfed with them a couple weeks ago, and I was just watching them do their like practice like swing, and they were doing like one trip like tip with their knee, and I was like, oh, you know what? I don't really do that, and it's made all the difference in the world.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's crazy.
It is crazy. Although, also shout out YouTube Golf. A lot of great tips and tricks on YouTube.
YouTube Golf.
All right, now we get into some heavy stuff. I have a really good story. I'm gonna save that one for last. So I am pretty upfront with my health, and I had a medicine for like an autoimmune disease. I have Crohn's disease. I think I've probably mentioned that on the show before. So I had an injection that I used to do.
Yes. I
have developed, and this is great because I can't HIPAA anyone because I'm talking about myself. I have basically developed antibodies that medicine no longer works. So the down in the dumps is like, I knew this like over a month ago, and I still don't have anything in place. Insurance is the worst because now they're like declining some of the new medicines my doctor wants to give me. So then I had to go for, there's a whole 9 yards leading to actually today, which I found a new medicine that I can do, except I can't quite get it yet. I have to get some, what's it called? Infusions beforehand. Yeah. Which is something I never had to do before. And I don't know why. Like, I know what an infusion is.
Right.
That, just hearing on the phone today that I had to get like 2 of those before I can actually start. I had so much anxiety. I was like freaking out. And I was like, what am I freaking out for? Like, it's just like giving blood, basically. Except it's the opposite.
Oh, God. I mean, that just goes to show, like, I mean, not saying like what you were doing like develops an addiction, but that goes to show like people who use drugs in a way of like comfort that like you will get used to it. And like the more you take, the more you're more doing harm for your body than good. What I'm grateful for in that situation with you was that there was an alternative rather than well, we can't help you with that. Like I think ultimately that's the big plus out of all of this, because they could have been like, well, we really don't have anything else besides what you're doing now. So that's kind of comforting to know.
Yes. My big thing is like the healthcare is just so slow. Everything just moves like a turtle. And like the other thing that pissed me off is my doctor's office. If I went to try to call them on like weekend, leave a message for Monday, I can't leave a voicemail.
Oh.
Yeah, it literally hung up on me and said call back during working hours. I was like, what the hell? How does that work?
Probably prevent HIPAA violations or whatnot by doing that.
I guess. I don't know. And then finally, Mike, did you ever use a chainsaw?
I have.
Do you ever fall while using a chainsaw?
Jesus, Matt, what is happening?
Answer my question first.
No, I haven't done that.
Oh, okay. Well, I got a story for you. So over this past weekend, I was at my parents' house. I was helping them trim some trees that were like kind of growing over in my neighbor's yard, into their neighbor's yard, into the street. So my dad has like a big tree trimmer that just has like a rope. So like you hook it onto the branch, you pull the rope and it snaps it. But then my mom, for I think Christmas or his birthday, also got him like a chainsaw that's basically just the blade and it's on like a pole. You can like extend it. A pole saw. Yeah. Well, he was calling it a chainsaw. So it's a pole saw. So I was using the pole saw up on like a tall tree. So I was holding it, like, if you will, like over my head like this.
Yeah.
Now, let me set the scene for you. Under this tree is a bunch of stone, and then there's rocks, kind of like forming like a wall, and it's like a step up.
Yeah.
We had the branches on the stones because the dump that my dad was going to take it to doesn't open until like today.
Right.
So here's the story in it there. So I had to get leverage to get this branch with the pole saw. Stepped in the stone, didn't know I stepped in the stone. Got the branch done, and then the branch kind of started to fall. It was a thin branch. If it would have hit me, wouldn't have been the end of the world. And I wasn't moving because I was trying to avoid getting hit. I was just trying to take a step back. So pole saw above my head, take a step back. I trip over the stone, stumble, and with the chainsaw, I just went straight down on my back on the ground. Chainsaw lands above my head. I just had a sore back, but for a while, I kind of laid there, and my dad and mom came like running over, and I was like, I think I'm okay. Am I okay? Is my back all right? Can I move? I'm just going to lay here for a little bit. Like, I had no idea what to do.
Matt, I shit you not. I cannot believe this, but I was trimming a tree too this past weekend.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
You didn't fall?
I did not fall. I did get a lot of scratches because I was using more trimmers than I was a saw. Could have totally used a saw on that point because I was just getting sick and tired of the branches that we needed to cut.
Yeah, let me tell you, nothing more manly. Well, power washing. Using a pole saw is awesome.
Wait till you actually use a real chainsaw, a big chainsaw that you have the tree.
Yeah, I got to take some classes, I think, before I do that.
Take some classes. I know a guy. Know a guy that can help you out with that.
That's my down in the dumps.
Oh, man. Well, Matt, as you saw, we're getting some warmer weather, but that means the bugs are back.
Yep.
Not a huge fan of that. Whether that's moths, wasps, trying to maintain the area in which you walk through or you're living in. It's not cool. That's like the one thing I totally don't like about the warmer weather is that the bugs are out. I definitely am prepared and ready to exterminate these these mother.
Yeah, wasps are the worst. Also, just such a hard word to say. Wasps.
Ticks too. Another one.
Ticks. Yeah, ticks are up there. They're bad. Certain spiders, bad. Bugs suck.
Yeah. And my last one, I don't know how this happened, but I ripped my pants.
Were you sitting?
I don't know.
Where did they rip?
The crotch.
Ooh.
I actually was sitting at work, and it was work khakis. I was sitting at work, and I felt this like extra fabric like kind of stay stuck. Not that like by staying stuck to it, but like definitely felt a little bit more of a pull than usual. Like I felt, and I'm like, wait a minute. It's like this seems ripped. And then I got home and I took them off, and I was like, oh my god, I had a hole in my pants this whole entire time.
At work is tough.
Yeah.
That's tough to do.
No one told me, but if they didn't.
Were you on stage doing a dance for your college talent show?
No.
Oh.
No.
That's how I read my pants.
No.
Did
There's a song for
sing a song?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a
When
song to that.
big lyric came on just to
Pull
put
him
him down.
SpongeBob
SpongeBob turned into a clown.
And no girl ever wants to dance with the fool who went and ripped his pants.
We'll stop there for the listeners.
Oh man, song of our generation.
You know what's funny though? Like that song kind of made it seem like SpongeBob was in the Sandy at the time.
Yes.
And then they never followed up with that storyline ever.
Oh my
Nobody
God.
talks about that. Like nobody ever talks about that.
Matt, I'm so glad you brought that up.
I wonder if that's like, oh, go ahead.
Because like he went to her house.
Yep.
Like that's another thing. Went to her house. There was many instances where like there definitely was some chemistry behind that.
Yeah. And like I remember watching that being like, oh, like I wonder if this is gonna be like, I mean, looking not as when I was like 6 years old watching SpongeBob, I wouldn't have those thoughts. But like as an adult eye seeing that, it's like, oh yeah, was this in more episodes? I just don't remember. And then that was it. Then they're just karate chopping each other.
Karate chopping.
It's crazy.
That is all I have for down in the dumps. Or as I put in my notes, DITD. That concludes the episode. Make sure you find all of our good stuff at beacons.ai/funnybusinesspod, including t-shirts that we wore during the cornhole tournament.
Merch.
It's a lovely stuff. Lovely fabric. Lovely material. Lovely good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of lovely good stuff, Mr. Matthew.
Ish.
What is your advice for the good people, the coworkers of the funny business world?
My advice is don't forget when it's convenient to do it, pay with cash.
Oh,
yeah. That could be like maybe just go to the ATM, take out like $60. Because then this is like girl math for you. If you take out $60 and you keep it for like a week or so, and then let's say like you go out for drinks with your friend, you pay that with cash. Guess what? That's free. That's just how that works.
heck yeah.
I did that. So we got ice cream after golf on Memorial Day and paid with cash. It was like awesome. Didn't have to pay for ice cream.
We got our wedding bands
Nice.
this past week.
Nice.
Paid in cash.
Love that.
Making it rain.
Yeah, it's the best thing in the world.
It's lovely. So pay with cash, especially those places that only require you pay cash. You can't pay credit or debit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a wallet that doesn't encourage me to carry cash.
I don't know if I know what wallet you have. Mine has like a clip that I can put it in.
I updated my wallet. Like usually it was a wallet for cash, but now it's a small, compact, can fit in the front pocket, and it's a good day.
Do you still is it like a leather or is it like
It's a leather, pleather, probably.
Okay.
Pleather. So that concludes this episode, and until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.